Ian Paisley claims he has received a new death threat from Loyalist paramilitaries. But as Jane Lockery reports, the UDP has dismissed the accusation, describing it as utter nonsense.
Ian Paisley claims his life was at risk, even as he addressed the Ulster in Crisis rally on Monday. The DUP leader says the warning he's in danger from Loyalist paramilitaries because of his opposition to the early release of prisoners was delivered by a senior RUC officer to his home. He added that a series of bomb threats against members of his party and Robert McCartney was also organised by Loyalists, whose political representatives are now at the negotiating table.
The fact number one, that the government tells people publicly to the world that the paramilitaries are to be congratulated, and at the same time the police are going round the homes of leading unionist politicians warning them that they're under threat from these paramilitaries because of their strong stand against any amnesty in the prisons. Now, to eulogise people and tell the world these are the people that want dialogue, when at the same time these people are prepared to threaten the lives of politicians. I mean, that bomb that Mr. McCartney had, if that bomb had gone off, his face would have been burned off him. So I mean, this type of thing is a thing. And the police must now get on their running shoes and see who actually is behind these things.
But the UDP, who's closely linked to the UFF and UDA, describes the threat to Ian Paisley's life from Loyalist paramilitaries as incredulous, accusing the DUP leader of trying to undermine the talks process, from which both he and the UK Unionist Party have withdrawn.
There's not a single Loyalist patriot within the Maze prison who doesn't believe that Paisley would have them hanged from the nearest tree in the morning, if that's what it took. And his remarks today show that very clearly. But, you know, the rationale behind his remarks is unjustifiable. And I think that when he talks about blaming Loyalist paramilitaries for sending parcel bombs to members of his party, he should remember that the UDP and the PUP have also been recipients of those parcel bombs.
The RUC says its policy is not to discuss or comment on the personal security of any individual. The DUP leader says he's requesting a meeting with the Prime Minister next week in order to discuss a number of security matters, including, he says, this new threat from Loyalist paramilitaries. Meanwhile, the Ulster Unionist Party has released a report detailing the 3-week consultation exercise it undertook as the party decided whether to take part in the substantive negotiations at Stormont. Of the 50 groups and organisations it consulted, there were only a few dissenting voices from the business world, one church group and the Loyal Orders.
The overwhelming feeling of the people we met with said, you should move this process forward in a positive way, but they were very mindful of the difficulties, they were mindful of the obstacles ahead, and they felt that we should try and progress forward a way of resolving this conflict, which we all wish to do.
The result of this exercise was the Ulster Unionist Party's decision to remain at the Stormont talks. Jane Lockery, UTV Live, Belfast.